Is there any way the Niners actually win it?
No, they're going to lose this game. They're going to lose this game. But here's what I want to add while I'm about to cough.
Mhm.
They would have lost this game if everyone were healthy.
Yep.
Bosa, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, Ayuk. They would have, the way they have been coached this season and the way they're playing, they would have lost this game with all their players.
Right.
And now if they go in with, if Brandon Allen or even Purdy comes back, Iggy, they're going to lose this game. And I'm sorry. Maybe fans out there say, Low, they're so negative. And they're going to play a really good team with the second best quarterback in the league, who is a running quarterback. Iggy, Buffalo's going to win this game.
Agree. And I think I love that you said it's not about the injuries. When the 49ers try to rewrite history on 2024, they're going to say, we got hurt. There was nothing we could do. No. This season is the culmination of Kyle Shanahan's football sins.
Yeah.
That's what's going on right now. He has lost his team because he has committed at least one too many sins, and everyone knows it. And he can't overcome it.
Iggy,
he would have to say 800 Hail Marys in the next 2 weeks. I don't think he can do it, Dad.
I don't want to say he's lost his team. Let's say he's apparently lost his team. Can you live with that? Say
I can live with
apparently.
that.
Say
he's apparently lost the team.
Yeah, because we're not in there. From the outside, it looks to me like a coach who's lost his team, but I'm not in there. So I want to put that qualifier in. And anyone from the 49ers watching this, Grant and Lowell put in the qualifier, apparently. Say it again, Iggy.
Apparently.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Iggy, is there any way they win this game?
No, absolutely not. Like you said, even if Nick Bosa plays, they can't stop the run. They can't tackle. They're the worst tackling team in football. He wouldn't change that. He's among the biggest defenders of missed tacklers. And then if Brock Purdy plays, is he going to, like you said, it seemed like there was something going on with his arm for weeks before he went down. He stopped throwing deep. It was apparent. So is all of a sudden he's going to come back and start ripping it down the field through the snow? Like, probably not.
Yeah, I was talking to Grant. I understand he got his arm hurt in the last game, but it almost looked like it was hurt before. He wasn't. He was running and scrambling when he had passing opportunities, and it was different from what he used to be. He used to be a really quick read, quick release guy, and I wondered if there was some arm fatigue or something. But again, I'm not there. Iggy's not in his arm. We don't know. But I had, even before he got hurt, I had wondered if there was something wrong. So anyway, Iggy, we're coming back. That we both feel there is simply no way they're going to win this game. I got a question.
No. Yeah.
Let's say they lose, then their record is 5-7. Do they do business as usual, or do they begin to phase out some veterans and start to emphasize some younger players, or is it too soon to do that? Because they could still win the division.
They won't do it.
Okay.
They'll go to try to win the division, but it just seems like even if they do win the division, they're not going to do anything in the playoffs. And yeah, eventually, like, what if Trent Williams suffers a serious injury when they're 5-8 or 5-7? That's awful. Or Christian McCaffrey. What if Christian McCaffrey blows out an Achilles in week 15 when he's been struggling and the team's going nowhere? That would be catastrophic. It could be the end of his career. It could take his season from him next year. So there's a lot of risk involved with just trying to push through and make it look as good as possible when they're losing.
Yeah, so maybe not after this loss. Maybe if they have an 8th loss, they begin to pull back on Debo, on Juszczyk, and play younger people. That might be a good idea. I have one other thing to say. If I were running the team, I would fire Kyle Shanahan after this season, because I do think coaches get stale and they can no longer get their message across to a team. And I believe that's happening to him. It won't be the first coach that ever happened to. I would fire him. Thank him and fire him. I don't think they're going to do that. They have a lot of money invested in him, and I understand that. So I think this is what's going to happen, Iggy. They'll keep him around probably for next season, but Iggy, he won't do much better next season. This is a bit of a rebuild now. He's done it once. I don't know if he has the heart to do it again or the judgment. So I think we've seen the best of his 49ers, the best. It crested last season. They went to the Super Bowl, and I think it's over with.
And what's really bleak for them is that heading into the season, they thought they had no more questions at quarterback. Where now I think you got a lot of questions again. What's the deal with Brock Purdy's arm? Is it serious? Is it going to linger? Is this going to keep popping up? Is he going to keep having throwing arm injuries? Is he going to lose arm strength? Can you give him a 5-year contract? Maybe should you just give him a 2-year contract? All of a sudden, all those questions are on the table, and they don't know the answer to them. They're going to have to find the answer to it in the next 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's a big thing. What do you do with your quarterback?
Yeah, and if the answer is, geez, he's damaged goods and he's been great for us, but we can't commit long term, and we maybe need to hedge our bets and draft another quarterback or bring in another quarterback, do you want Kyle Shanahan making that decision?
And also, is he capable of teaching a quarterback? I don't think he is. I know that Bill Walsh could teach a quarterback, and I know Mariucci could. Mariucci could teach a quarterback. I don't think this guy can.
What if they get bad news with Brock Purdy and they decide they don't want to extend him and they need to get a new quarterback? This is all hypothetical, and Kyle's solution to management is, let's go trade for Kirk Cousins. Love him.
Iggy, that's way in the future. Kirk Cousins is not coming to the 49ers. It's not going to happen. I think their issue right now is Brock Purdy. What's going to happen? And look, he may finish the season gangbusters. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't even know if he's going to play in Buffalo.
Nope. I don't know if the Niners know he's going to play in Buffalo. To me, I think what they've said is, look, we cleared him. We gave him 2 MRIs. We don't see anything structurally wrong. He'll play when he decides he's ready.
Yeah. What I'm guessing is he must have some contusion there. He must have really taken a shot, because this kid would put his life on the line to play. He really is a gamer. So even if it doesn't show up in an MRI, he must have real discomfort if he's not playing. And again, so it's day to day. If it's not him, I would play Joshua Dobbs, but it doesn't matter. They could play Johnny Unitas and they would lose.
I do think it's interesting that when the Niners were struggling on offense, there were certain people that were saying, like, well, Kyle Shanahan's doing a good job. It's just that Brock Purdy's passing up open receivers and scrambling too much. And if he would just commit to the structure of the offense, it would do better. And then he goes down and Brandon Allen comes in and attempts to do just that, and the offense scores 10 points. So it seems like by not playing last week, Brock Purdy's stock went up a little bit, because all of a sudden it's like, yeah, he's really not the problem with this team. And if he doesn't play again this week and they struggle again, it would really drive the point home that he's been elevating what Kyle Shanahan's been asking him to do. And if he goes out there and plays it in Buffalo and struggles, can't throw the ball down the field, that could potentially really hurt his value. I'm just thinking about it from his agent's perspective, not from Brock's perspective.
Right.
So there's a lot at stake.
There's a lot at stake. The agent is thinking about, what can I maximize money for my client? And we really don't think about that stuff. But from the agent's point of view, yes, he actually did better by not playing. Not that he didn't play because it was a good business thing. He didn't play because he couldn't play. But from the agent's point of view, that might be a good thing. There's one other point.
Yeah, it actually worked out for him. Because like you said, they weren't going to win in Green Bay one way or another if Brock Purdy played, if he didn't play. And same thing this weekend in Buffalo. They're not going to win one way or another. So Brock can go out there, get his ass kicked. And I'm sure he would love to, because he's a team player. Or Brandon Allen can go out there and get his ass kicked.
Really? And the 49ers are going to go out there and get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
One other point I wanted to
then
make.
Fly home.
I put a tweet on X, whatever you call it, saying that I looked at a lot of commentary, and this was the day after they got beat by the Packers, and I didn't see. I saw a lot of people said the offense was really no good, and it wasn't. But no one put two and two together and said, well, maybe that Kyle has something to do with that. And a lot of people said that national people and people in podcasts, whatever that's called, have pointed that out. And I'm not arguing. I just really look at the local people, and the local people who are my friends. I think they're not taking the next logical step. If the offense is putrid, and it was in that game, Iggy,
Mhm.
then at least the head coach has some responsibility, but very few people mention him. And I want to end on this, and I don't want to say why. I just would like to leave it. I'm puzzled by it. I don't want to even hazard a guess as why, but I'm puzzled that no one or very few people locally are pointing the finger at the head coach.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is. Everyone has their own motivation. Maybe people feel like he's really a really good coach, and you shouldn't be too hard on some guy who's having one bad season. Although this would be his fourth losing season in 8 years.
Yeah, maybe
But
that's it.
yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. It
Let's
does
leave it at
seem
that.
like I'm not talking about anyone specifically locally. It just seems like in general, media, Big M, is a little scared of him. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't either. Again, I've never
Yeah,
met the guy. I've never looked him in the eye. I don't know why.
yeah. Fish and Chip says promote Lynch to GM. If no, get a new one. He is the GM. Stephen Draper says Kyle Judgment. He thought Hurd was better than Jawan Jennings. Jalen Hurd. Ethan M says, what happens to this team when they miss the playoffs?
Well, again, that'll be very. You know what? That'll be very interesting.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the Yorks decide to do about that. Josh says, hey, Grant and Lowell, kind of late and not related to what, not related, but what did you guys think of Paul Tyson? Hope all is well.
I didn't watch it. May I say why I didn't watch it? I love boxing. It's my favorite sport. And that to me was not boxing. And it would have put down boxing. And I couldn't watch a thing like that.
Yeah, it was like pro wrestling in boxing form.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it.
Yeah. All right, Dad, that was 58 minutes and 11 seconds of Kyle Shanahan sins. And I think there might have been more that we missed. So
Well, we have other opportunities.
we have other opportunities. He has other opportunities. Buffalo this weekend. I'll be there.
I'll be
Eating
here.
buffalo wings.